Okay, we're going to introduce you to chords. I know you haven't even learned to read notes on the page yet, but this is structured in a way that will help you be very effective. You have already been trained to sing A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and backwards, and A, C, E, G, B, D, F, and backwards, and there's a reason for that. A, B, C, D, E, F, G are the names that we give to the notes that we use in Western music. So on a piano, you can't see it, but there's your A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And then when you get done and you keep going up that way higher, the next note is A. And if you listen to the low A and the high A, they are the same except they have highness and lowness change. We call that an octave because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? Now, and then if you go this way and you keep going down, the note below A will be a G, which will be the same as that G right there, except lower. Melodies or tunes are one note at a time, organized in ways that we like or don't like, but we call a melody or a tune. Harmonies are generally called chords. They're the music that goes on around that and supports that and accompanies it and gives it a framework for the context of the world that it lives in. And it's even bigger than that, because when we say we're in the key of something, that means we're using a certain scale, and each note in that scale has a hierarchy and order of what's important in a job, and they all come together to make this cohesive musical world in which the melody nests itself. But harmonies are made up of groups of notes, and the most simple harmony is called, well, I guess a dyad would be two, but chords. The simplest chord is called a triad because it has 3 notes. 3 notes. And here's how it works. If your first note is an A, and this is an A triad, because that's the first note, right there. The next note is C. You skip the B. And then the next note is E. You skip the D. Just like that. So A triads are A, skip B, C, skip D, E, A, C, E. It actually doesn't matter what order they come in, that's an A triad, A, C, E, okay? A G triad would be G, right? Skip the A, B, and then skip the C, D. G triads are G, B, D. And now, by extrapolation, you can figure out all of these things. The better you know your alphabet, A through G, forwards, backwards, and especially every other note, the better you are at these, which is why, in part, we did those first exercises, amongst other reasons. So, A triads, B triads, C triads, D triads, E triads, F triads, and G triads, okay? You can spell these. Now, it's super easy if you have an alphabet. You just look at the alphabet. I guess we could look at these too, but I'll put them like this. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And I'm going to keep going A, B, C, D, just so that you can keep, going on instead of looping back. And if I said A triad, you'd go A, C, E, because you'd skip the B and you skip the D. You do every other one. And then B, you start here and you go B, skip the C, D, skip the E, F, and you go B, D, F. And C triad would be C, E, G, like that. And D triad would be D, F, A, like that. E triad would be E, G, B, like that. F triad would be F, A, C. And G triad would be G, B, D. Now, if you come pre-installed with some other information, you may have heard of major triads and minor triads and diminished triads and augmented triads, and that's great. Those are complex spellings, and we'll get to them. But the first task for you, and I'm deconstructing this for you into this basic step, is to be able to name these spellings. So if I said to you, how do you spell an A triad? You go A-C-E. Or if I gave you these notes, in a funny order, you'd say, work it around, you go, oh no, it's an ACE chord, it's an A chord, like that. Okay? I don't know if that came on camera. I'll do that again. If you had like these notes right there, you'd go, is it an E chord? E, G, B. No, it's not the same. Is it an A chord? A, C, E. Yes, it is an ACE chord, and you could identify it like that. Okay. Notice from a deconstruction point of view, not even worried about major, minor, diminished, augmented, flats, sharps, if you know about those. We're not interested in where it is in the key. We're not even interested in what it looks like on the keyboard or what it sounds like. We are just making it simple to this. All right, I'll give you a few memory devices to help you out. To begin with, that's a word. So that's a nice way of making it non-abstract. A chords are ace. Okay? All right. C chords. Well, C, E, G. And C's normally say ka. I know with the E it might say sa. But if you think of this CK sound right there, and you think of this like a college party, and don't get me wrong, I'm a member of the LDS church. I don't drink. I never have. We don't. But it's an easy way to remember. Just make a C like this, and like you're holding one on your shoulder and go keg, 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 and then you'll know that C chords are the party chord, right? They're Canadian kegs, right? Fac. Well, if you just think of it like almost swearing in Battlestar Galactica, you know, they'd say, oh, frack, instead of dropping the F-bomb, right? Fac. It's definitely bad to forget that, or hello, my name is Defa and I'll be taking care of you. Is your computer on and is it plugged in? Those kind of things. Some of them you have, some of them you don't. You also have flashcards. So when you head over to the training video, it will show you how to cut out flashcards and fold them up and use them properly to memorize these. But notes in the triad by review. An A triad has A, skip the next note, C, skip the next note. Okay? They have funny names. The first note is called the root, the next one's called the third, and the next one's called the fifth. Don't worry about that right now. We will talk about why that is later after you've figured that all out. So that's your introduction to spelling triads. And once you get good at this, then we'll do complex triads. And then when you get good at that, we'll put them in the context of a key. And then you'll own the world. You'll know more about triads than like 99% of the living world out there, which is cool, but I don't think you can monetize that. All right, talk to you later.